Hola, Zinda. How are you?
Well, uh, well,
At
I
home?
cannot say I'm bad. I'm very well. Trying to work at home.
Yeah. So
And you?
before we start the interview, for the people that are watching the video, I know Zinda since a while already. As you know already, I'm a tour guide in Porto, and many times I pass in front of her atelier, which I fell in love with already when I arrived in Porto. And since this, every time I go on tour, I have to stop at her store because it's such an amazing place, full of color, full of energy, full of beautiful things that you can't imagine. So I dearly invite you all already to go to that store, and I'm very happy that you can be on board, Zinda. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure for me. And everything. That you like my work, that you like my project, and invite me to your project is a pleasure. A big pleasure, okay?
Well, so we're gonna talk a bit about how do you do this? How did you start the ceramic project?
I fell in love with the ceramic, the potential, also because the ceramic is a very ancient technique.
It's true.
That grows with the man since the prehistorical time, and I find a very big connection between the fire, the earth, the air, the water, the elements of ceramic with the men. So I say, as I like people also. I like to speak with them, to tell them things. I think it was something that it will be good for me. And I give up studies against all the people.
Yeah.
That, you are crazy, you are going to left to be to teach. And so I loved to teach, it was nice, but ceramic calls my heart.
It's a very different thing to teach people and actually being your own artist and doing what you want and express yourself throughout your ceramic. I think it's absolutely amazing, but it's very different as well. You started your atelier in 1990. Is that correct?
Yes.
So that's a long time ago already.
Very different. Porto was very different, and I started in Rua da Banharia.
Yeah.
That was a very hard street in that time. Practically, you don't have tourists.
Yeah.
But I wanted that to make, because Porto is a medieval city, typical for the shop, the atelier, studios and shop. So people make, you see that you have in Porto some streets that have the profession names.
True.
And Banharia is one of them.
True.
And then I wanted to make something like this, to have a working place where I can show my work and I can sell my work. In that time was very hard, you can imagine. I tried, but it was a very beautiful experience because the place was magnificent. And the people, that Porto in that time lived very with the people from those streets, because they were fantastic. I learned a lot with them. It was a very, I always say I was a privileged person to speak and to live with them because they were very nice. For me, it was a hard experience.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot. I'm very happy with what I do. So.
And now you have a store in a very it's a pretty famous place nowadays, Rua Ferreira Borges. It's pretty. There is a lot of people passing. It gives you also more views to people. People can come easier to your store, and it's really amazing. I mean, I love coming in and having this yellow color on the walls and all those little colors of all the articles that you made, all the pieces you made, and that's absolutely beautiful. And I like particularly the way how you translate the history of Porto and the traditional things into the ceramic. Of course, we know the tiles. Of course, we know Galo de Barcelos. Of course, we know the Andorinhas. But all this is made in such a different way compared to other stores where we go. It's so special. It's so you. And I love that.
You are very nice.
I love those styles. You know, when you come in the store and you look on your right, you have the little oven where you cook everything, and then you have those tiles with those beautiful landscapes of Porto, with the bridge and the tower of Clerigos, and all those things. And I think this is really, I mean, I also like a lot your creative things, but to represent for people that don't know your store, it's absolutely stunning to see how you mix the traditional way with a new way of doing it. It's absolutely unique. No one else is doing this in Porto.
Thank you, Jimmy, because I think you explain very well what I want with my work. I want that. That's it. To translate my view about Porto. I love Porto for a long time, and that's why I like to call my place a kitchen.
Yeah.
Because normally the kitchens represent a welcome place. People go and eat and speak, and so I like that kind of ambience, where
Yeah.
people are like to be. They ask me things. They see how I cook the pieces. It's not very technical, but I like this kind of words.
Yeah.
And I think you show very well with your words what I really want.
I think as well. The people nowadays, they are trying to. They want to know how it's made, and in so many stores, we just see the final product, but we never see the oven, we never see the workshop or the atelier, we never see brushes, and when we come to your place, it's just so amazing because we can see all those things, and then we realize how much time it takes to create those things. We realize how much work it is to create those things. And I mean, on the top of it, what is one big point is like, you are so nice to people. Just people are coming in and they're like home. To you, it's like welcoming people to your home, basically.
I don't want that people feel obliged. Sometimes I tell them, because I know they are in the door and they look and they say, we don't want to buy. And I say, please come in. You are welcome in the same, because I don't feel well when people feel that they need to buy. They can enjoy it or no. My work is nice, and sometimes they change ideas. That's what I like.
There is something very special in your store that I like, and we spoke about it when I came to you last times. It's those statues that you make of women that are sitting somewhere reading a book or with a kid next to them. Can you tell us a bit more about it?
That is my special work, apart from the panels that I create
Exactly.
about the city. But those ladies, because they began with the work, that since the prehistoric statues that you see are connected with the hearse, Mother Hearse.
Yeah.
So Venus, that I think most of the people know, a fat lady, and like represent the fertility in the hearse. And many of them were made in ceramic. It was one of the first techniques that the men used.
Yeah.
And the fertility of the women represented very well the ceramic for me. That is something connected with the men and humanity. So for me, the representation of the ladies is like that, is in a more abstract way. Is like a figure that normally makes the humanity grows, of course with the help of the men, but it's very important,
Yeah.
because they are to care, they care with the people, the men's also. But traditionally, since the history, the beginning of the history, normally the men went to how you say, for the animals, and so they go out to the battles and to catch animals for food, and the ladies stay at home caring for the family and for the men also when they return. So it's a very important element and very connected with the hearse, the fertility, that kind of hearse that we are looking for now, a good hearse that is good for the men.
Yeah.
And for me, I made the first women's like that, and I continue to represent. Also because in Porto, if you see the ladies are very strong. Normally they have the children, they work, and I began to learn how they were important, So I wanted to represent them in my work. It is very important that they are always represented like a very important and strong figure.
And I think it's really nice to see how you translate it into your art. I really like that. It's really, really amazing. And if I'm correct, you also work, of course, I've met your brother very often with Zé. So Zé worked as well with you, right?
We began to work together. My brother is really good in some work, artistical, very different from me, but together we make a very good team.
Yeah.
Without him, it will be almost impossible to continue with my project in Porto in the last times, because Porto is... and I want to continue and he's my brother. It's important that, because he knows what I want from the space, and it creates the ambience that you tell me, the family...
True.
People enter, and there are always someone that speak with them, not obliging them to buy, not a shop in the most not so nice way.
Yeah.
So he's very good for me. Yes, I was lucky. I was very lucky.
And working with his family, his brother, must be just one of the best feeling you can have in your heart. I mean, you can work with people you don't know, but there is always, I think, in a way or another, lack of communication in between, because when you're a family, you understand each other. You're from the same roots. You know exactly what they think, what they are, who they are, and that makes it so much stronger to work with your family, because I think this is how the power becomes even stronger, and that you can even give better work, I think, than working with someone you would not know and just hire from somewhere.
Yes, that's exactly that.
I'm really happy to see that connection that you have with your brother, and I think this partnership that you have with him, except this family link you have together, it's really a partnership you have together. It's so amazing, and it reflects so much into the atmosphere of the store and the pieces you have in your store. So it's really amazing. So people that are watching the show, please go visit Zinda and Zé at their store, Rua de Ferreira Borges. And I think it's number 63. It's correct?
Yeah, 63.
I got it. It's in my mind. It's in my mind. If people want to buy something, if people want to just come visit, please do, because it's an absolutely amazing store in Porto. I hope that people will come to visit you even more after the showcase. Zinda, it was a great pleasure to have you in my show. I'm actually getting emotional because I love you so much, and
I'm so pleased when you invite me, because you really understand my way of doing the things. Thank you very much for remembering me always.
You're more than welcome, and as long as I'll be here, I'll be there with you. So no worries for that.
You too. You are always welcome for what you need in life, okay?
Thank you, my love. I will speak to you very, very soon. Thank you very much for your time. And I cannot wait that it's all over so I can give you a big hug like this.
Yes. Yes. It will be the best moment of this year.
I know.
I think. But I'm sure it will pass quickly.
It will pass quickly.
To do for that.
We have to cross our fingers.
In a very short time, we have. Yeah. We are going to do everything to that happens. Okay.
No worries.
Take care.
Thank you very much.
To you and everybody. Okay.
Thank you very much, my love.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.
You too. Take care, huh?
You too. Take care.
I want to see you soon.
I will be there as soon as I can. Okay. I'll be there. Bye-bye, my love. Speak to you soon.
Okay. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.